In the face of life's pressures, uncertainties, and constant change, many of us seek strength and tranquility. At times we feel overwhelmed, as if everything is collapsing around us, consumed by chaos and stress. Yet some people remain calm in adversity, navigate challenges effectively, and find deep meaning in life. What is their secret? One of the keys lies in the ancient philosophy of Stoicism. Stoics mastered the art of embracing both the difficulties and beauty of life, discovering meaning in every moment. They offer a path to inner strength and stability, standing above life's turbulence. Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it is a powerful way of life, a roadmap to building a resilient and enriched mindset. In this video, you will explore Stoicism's most powerful principles and start cultivating a stronger and healthier mindset. Get ready to transform your life, because Stoicism teaches you to draw strength not from the external world but from within yourself. 1. Letting go of resistance, accepting life as it is. We often feel the need to be in complete control of our lives. We try to manage events, predict outcomes, and resist unexpected changes. However, Stoics challenge this perspective entirely. They teach that instead of fighting against the flow of life, we must embrace it. This principle is known as amor fati, meaning love of fate. But amor fati is not passive resignation. Instead, it is the wholehearted acceptance and appreciation of life in its entirety. It means recognizing that every experience, both good and bad, shapes us. According to the Stoics, if life consisted only of things we desired, we would never develop true strength and wisdom. It is through challenges that we become more resilient and wise. How does the amor fati principle work? Imagine facing an unexpected hardship. You lose your job, your plans fall apart, or something deeply unsettling happens. Most people in such situations feel lost, complain about life, and succumb to stress. However, through the lens of amor fati, you would see this event as a natural part of life and seek lessons from it. Why does amor fati reduce stress? Many people believe stress comes from hardships, but in reality it stems from our reaction to them. The Stoics taught that while we cannot control external events, we can control how we respond to them. If we learn to accept life as it is, negative emotions such as anger, regret, and anxiety lose their grip on us. This principle applies to all aspects of life: relationships, careers, daily challenges, and even personal growth. Imagine being rejected in a job interview. If you view it as a disaster, you will feel discouraged and see yourself as a failure. But if you apply the amor fati mindset, you will treat the rejection as a lesson. Prepare better and seek new opportunities. How can we apply amor fati in everyday life? 1. Try to view every event neutrally. Ask yourself, if someone else experienced this instead of me, how would they perceive it? 2. Move with events, not against them. Instead of resisting challenges, try to learn from them and adapt to the circumstances. 3. Change your inner dialogue. Rather than asking, why did this happen to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Or, don't get stuck in the past. What has happened is already in the past and cannot be changed. It is more beneficial to learn from it and move forward. Amor fati is a principle that teaches us to fully accept life as it is. Those who embrace this mindset become more resilient to stress, negative emotions, and uncertainty. If we learn to embrace the aspects of life beyond our control rather than resist them, we can cultivate a calmer and stronger mindset. After all, the person who accepts life as it is truly begins to live it. The principle of ataraxia, inner peace amidst life's chaos. Life is constantly changing. Even if we start our mornings feeling calm and happy, countless events throughout the day can affect us. Workplace problems, difficulties in personal relationships, unexpected failures. In the midst of these fluctuations, is it possible to remain centered and maintain mental balance? The Stoics answered with a resounding yes, and found the key in the principle of ataraxia. Ataraxia is the state of achieving inner peace and stability regardless of external circumstances. The main goal is to remain calm and composed instead of reacting emotionally to events. The Stoics believed that the only truly stable thing in life is our inner mindset. If we can maintain this inner stability, we can move forward without being shaken, even in the middle of a storm. How does the ataraxia principle work? Imagine you're working on an important project and suddenly you receive unpleasant news. The client has rejected the project, or you didn't achieve the expected outcome.
If you let emotional reactions take over,
Stress and disappointment will consume you. You might become angry, lose motivation, or even start blaming others. However, someone who applies the ataraxia principle would approach the situation differently. Instead of reacting immediately, they would take a step back. They would evaluate the situation neutrally. Why does this situation bother me? Rather than resisting it, they would accept it and focus on solving the problem. As Epictetus famously said, people are not disturbed by events themselves, but by the views they take of them. In other words, it is not the events themselves that affect us, but the meanings we attach to them and the emotions they trigger within us. How can we cultivate ataraxia? Ataraxia is not just an idea, it is a habit that can be developed. Here are some practical ways to cultivate this mindset. Observe your reactions. When something happens, instead of reacting emotionally right away, pause for a moment and ask yourself, why am I upset? Is this situation really such a serious problem? 2. Don't focus on things you can't control. One of the core principles of Stoicism is that we can only control our thoughts, decisions and actions. Other people's opinions, the weather, past events, and future outcomes are beyond our control. Therefore, focus only on what you can influence. 3. Breathe and stay calm. In stressful situations, focusing on your breath and taking deep breaths sends a signal to your brain to stay calm. Meditation and breathing techniques are excellent tools for developing ataraxia. Accept everything with time. Nothing in life is permanent, neither successes nor hardships. Viewing events as temporary and allowing them to teach you lessons will help maintain your inner peace. 5. Reframe your thoughts. Instead of panicking in the face of difficulties, reassess the situation. Ask yourself, can this challenge make me stronger? What can I learn from this? Practical application of ataraxia. You can test ataraxia in your daily life. Did a colleague frustrate you at work? Instead of reacting immediately, pause and reflect. Is it really worth getting upset? Arguing with your partner. Instead of raising your voice and reacting emotionally, stay calm and assess the situation rationally. Made a bad investment or didn't get the financial outcome you expected? Rather than falling into despair, extract the lesson and move forward. The power of ataraxia. Ataraxia is the key to remaining unshaken by life's inevitable stresses and uncertainties. This principle protects us from emotional turbulence, helping us think clearly, make sound decisions, and live a happier life. Life won't always be easy, but instead of fighting against its flow, we can navigate every situation with a calm and balanced mindset. As the Stoics say, there will be storms at sea, but you are the captain of your ship. The illusion of control. Many aspects of life are beyond our control. Weather conditions, economic crises, others' opinions, past events, and future uncertainties. However, the Stoics teach us that while we cannot control these external factors, we can control our thoughts, actions, and perspective. This principle is one of the most valuable life philosophies because it helps us direct our energy toward what truly matters. When we focus only on what we can control, we become more productive, peaceful, and fulfilled. Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus on control. They divided life into 2 categories. 1. Things within our control. Our thoughts, decisions, actions, and reactions. Things beyond our control. Others' opinions, the weather, the economy, the past, luck, illness, and death. If we focus on what we can't control, we invite stress, anxiety, and disappointment. But if we direct our attention to our actions and mindset, we maintain inner peace and increase our chances of success. How does this principle work in real life? Imagine you're preparing for a job interview. You cannot control the interview questions, your competitors, or the employer's opinion of you. But you can control your preparation, your responses, and your attitude. If you focus on how well you perform rather than the final result, you will remain calmer and more confident. Another example. Imagine someone responds to you angrily on the street. You cannot control their behavior, but how you respond is entirely up to you. Responding with anger or staying calm is your choice. Stoics recommend choosing the second option, because expending emotional energy on people and events we cannot control is futile. Why is this principle vital? 1. Less stress and anxiety. People often worry about the future, but this principle teaches us to focus only on the present moment and what we can control. 2. More effective decisions. If we direct our attention solely to our own actions, our decisions will be more rational and made with calm thought. 3. Stronger willpower and emotional stability. Rather than reacting to others' opinions or the uncertainty of events, we become the masters of our internal world. This principle is not just theory, it's a habit that can be applied in daily life. The Stoics suggest certain exercises to strengthen this principle, and the 2 circles technique. Take a sheet of paper and draw 2 circles. In the first circle, write down the things you can control, your reactions, thoughts, decisions. In the second circle, write down things you cannot control, others' opinions, the weather, past events. This exercise will clearly show you what to focus on and help you free yourself from unnecessary worry. Ask yourself this question: what can I control in this situation? For example, if a project is unexpectedly cancelled, instead of getting angry, try focusing on finding new opportunities or focusing on another task. 3. The ask if this is in my control principle. Whenever you face a stressful or difficult situation, ask yourself, is this within my control? If not, why am I worried about it? Develop humility and acceptance practices. Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you interpret it that will harm you. In other words, it's your choice whether to view an event as a tragedy or a lesson. Remember, much of life is beyond our control, but we can control our attitudes and responses. True strength and freedom arise when we focus only on what we can control. By following this principle, stress, frustration, and anxiety will decrease in our lives, while our sense of inner peace and purpose will grow. As Marcus Aurelius said, life can drag you, but only you decide how it will change you. Every person seeks to find the meaning of their life. However, when it comes to happiness, many measure it by external achievements and material wealth. Stoics, however, offer a completely different perspective. For them, the highest goal of a person is eudaimonia, that is, living a truly meaningful life. This is not just fleeting joy or material success, but inner peace, moral integrity, and spiritual wealth. What is eudaimonia? Eudaimonia comes from the Latin word for good spirit, and for Stoics, it is the central aim of life. However, it does not simply mean being happy. It means living a wise, moral, and valuable life. Stoics believe that true happiness can only be attained when one focuses not on external successes, but on their inner richness and spiritual growth. Eudaimonia is based on 3 main principles. 1. Virtue, living a life that is right and just. 2. Purposefulness, understanding the meaning of life and living accordingly. 3. Inner harmony, not allowing external factors to disturb your peace. In other words, we should not tie our happiness to the thoughts of others, material wealth, or external achievements. True happiness comes from within. Why didn't Stoics consider wealth the main goal? Many people believe that to be happy, they must earn a lot of money, build a successful career, or attract everyone's attention. However, Stoics disagreed with this. According to them, money and wealth are fleeting and do not bring true happiness. External success is beyond our control, but our values and choices are within our hands. A person dependent on material things is always anxious and unstable because they fear losing their wealth and status. Seneca explained this well. Wealth never makes a person good, but a good person, whether rich or not, can still be happy. What should we do to reach the highest goal? Stoics believed that for a person to be happy in life, it is essential to work first on their character and values. There are several key practices for this. 1. Focus on inner values, not external ones. Re-evaluate the goals in your life. Do you truly want to live a valuable life? Or do you just want to appear successful in the eyes of others? According to the Stoics, the main goal should be to live an ethical and meaningful life. 2. Strive to be virtuous. In Stoic philosophy, there are 4 main virtues. Wisdom, making the right decisions and understanding life. Courage, being strong in the face of challenges. Justice, fairness and integrity. Temperance, controlling emotions and desires. Try to apply these virtues in your daily life. People often try to find happiness by comparing themselves to others. However, this is a flawed approach. Stoics say that everyone must follow their own path, and focusing on what others are doing is pointless. The key is to focus on how you develop yourself. Stoics remind us that life is temporary. Every day we move one step closer to death. Therefore, instead of wasting our time on empty and meaningless tasks, we should focus on truly valuable things. What is the true purpose of life? Stoics say that it is eudaimonia, living a meaningful, moral, and thoughtful life. If we truly want to be happy, we should focus on inner richness, not external success. The meaning of life is not in material things, but in our ethical choices and how we develop ourselves. By adopting this approach, we will no longer depend on others' opinions, material wealth, or fleeting success. Instead, we will become the true leaders of our own lives. Life moves quickly, and no one knows what tomorrow will bring. For Stoics, this reality is not something to fear, but rather a wake-up call. Memento mori, translated from Latin as remember death, is one of the most powerful principles of Stoicism. This principle teaches us to live life more fully and purposefully by accepting the inevitability of death. Why is remembering death important? Some people try to avoid thinking about death, trying to forget it. But Stoics believe that thinking about death makes us better and more purposeful people. Memento mori is important for 3 main reasons. 1, to avoid wasting time on trivial things. People often get caught up in grudges, jealousy, or unnecessary worries, but remembering death guides us to focus on more meaningful things. 2, to live each day fully. If we know that each day could be our last, we will live life with more meaning and depth. 3, to reduce our fears. A person who accepts death can also overcome the fears that hold them back in life. How can we change our fear of death? If a person accepts death not as an end, but as a natural part of life, it will add value to their life. The memento mori principle teaches us that our time is limited. And instead of wasting it on meaningless things, we should make it meaningful. 1, stop complaining about small things. Many people make themselves unhappy by blowing small problems out of proportion. For example, experiencing stress at work, comparing themselves to others on social media, or getting caught up in minor annoyances. But once you realize death is inevitable, you will understand how insignificant these small problems are. 2, value relationships more. We often don't give enough attention to our loved ones and delay spending time with them or connecting with them. However, let us not forget that neither we nor our loved ones are eternal. Therefore, it is important to show more love to people and improve our relationships. Don't hesitate to pursue your desired goals. The memento mori principle reminds us that if you have a dream, desire, or a goal you want to achieve, you should not procrastinate. We don't know what tomorrow may bring. How does accepting death make life more beautiful? At first glance, thinking about death might seem pessimistic. But in reality, memento mori makes a person more eager to live, not depressed. This principle encourages us to love life, appreciate each moment, and spend our time meaningfully. For Stoics, death is not an end, but a natural law. They believed that when we accept this law of life, we can reach true freedom. Time is the most valuable and irreplaceable resource in human life. Money can be lost and regained, but lost time cannot be recovered. For Stoics, time is not just the passing of hours, but how a person lives their life. They believe that wasting time is essentially wasting one's own life. This is why Stoics considered procrastination one of the most dangerous enemies. Why do we waste our time? People often procrastinate important tasks for two main reasons. 1. The expectation of perfection. People sometimes want to do something perfectly, but this fear prevents them from even starting. 2. Misplaced priorities. Social media, TV shows, unnecessary conversations, and other distractions often take precedence over the important things in life. According to Stoics, a person who is close to death understands the value of time very well. Yet we tend to procrastinate the most important task because we think we have plenty of time. However, no one can guarantee what tomorrow will bring. That's why it's important to live each day, each hour with purpose. Many people inflate their big goals and, as a result, cannot even begin or continue working on them. Stoics, however, say that you don't need to wait for the perfect moment to start. Just start. When we don't control the things that steal our time, they control us. Social media, unnecessary news, long conversations. These things distract us from our true goals. Stoics, on the other hand, always tried to focus their attention on the primary purpose of their lives. At any given moment of the day, ask yourself, am I working on something valuable right now, or am I wasting my time? If the answer is the second option, immediately refocus on your essential tasks. According to Stoics, the best ways to use time effectively. Make a daily plan. Decide in the morning how you want to spend your day. Set priorities. Start with the most important tasks and avoid wasting energy on meaningless things. Avoid the "I still have time" mindset. Time is not infinite, so make the most of the present moment. Limit time spent on social media. Many people waste hours on their phones but accomplish nothing by the end of the day. Hold yourself accountable. Ask yourself, did I spend today productively? Stoic philosophy calls us not to bow down to the flow of events, but to strengthen our mindset against them. Life will be difficult, unexpected events will occur, but the most important thing is how we approach them. Inner peace, focusing on what we can control, and valuing time. These all make us stronger and more invincible. If we apply Stoic principles, we can become people who are both resilient in the face of challenges and aware of the value of every moment. Thank you for watching until the end. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts in the comments. See you again soon.